Hi, gays. Happy Pride Month. We at Insert Company Name here love the gays, and we love celebrating with the gays on Pride Month.
Totally.
Oh, wait, what time is it?
Oh, it's about time, yeah.
Okay. Is that the midnight?
Correct.
All right, cool. Let's get this gay
Yeah,
shit
let's
out
get
of here.
12 o'clock midnight.
All right. Hi, everybody. I'm Ricky.
And I'm Ned, and we are the Boba,
Boba
Bros.
Bros.
As you can tell, we have our boba tea ready to sip and drink. So this is our first official episode of the Boba Bros podcast.
Yes.
As you can tell that we love boba tea, and we are going
Love
to
it.
experiment on different types of boba from different boba cafes. And at the same time, we are going to do our podcast talking about daily issues and upcoming events. So as we are aware that today is the last day of Pride Month.
Yep.
And we've noticed that corporations have shown their allyship with the LGBTQIA plus community. So we want to know, like,
But I personally feel like it's a hollow gesture because after 12 o'clock midnight, it's business as usual.
they revert back to their ways.
Now, I will give them credit because they put their dollars where they're supposed to. Like if it's like the Trevor Project, things like that, they will donate, and that's good and all that. But I feel like I ain't saying you got to be gay 365, but I'm like when there are other issues going on, they're kind of like quiet. But come Pride Month, they got the rainbow clacking flags, fans, and all of that stuff. The gay pride flag goes up and everything. And like I understand, yeah, it's just 1 month, and it's like that's not how it's set up and all of that stuff. But I'm like, I don't know, it feels like a hollow gesture to me.
I see where you're coming from. And I agree. Like, we don't know what their true intentions are with their allyship of the community. I feel like sometimes that it's just a marketing stunt for them.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. So we don't know what their intentions are, and representing their allyship by changing their logo. It's like, are you really part of the allyship? I mean, let's think about it. Like, there are people who are struggling to find a job, getting hired, and how does that affect their hiring process? You know, being, gay or lesbian, or transgender.
I mean,
like, how does that take in a factor into the hiring process?
I've always thought it was weird when I see because I've been to interviews where they've asked me my sexual orientation.
But what does it have to do with anything?
And it really doesn't have to do with anything. I think that might have had something to do with the reason why I didn't get a job. But I always thought it was weird. Like, that ain't nobody's business.
Right. So is it a marketing stunt? And like,
hands down, I mean, corporate America is going to do whatever it takes to make that dollar.
Right. And I feel like that gears toward Caucasian homosexual males.
Yeah, and it's just like, I understand, like, we want to seem all inclusive and everything, and we want to be like, oh yeah, equality. But are you doing equality 365?
Right.
Are you doing? You should be equality 365 24/7.
Right.
And not just 1 month out of the year.
Right.
And that's where I have to be like,
practice what you preach.
That right there.
You know, I would sip my boba tea right now, but I'm boba out. So I got some water. But yes, exactly. And that's what I'm saying. Like, practice what you preach. You know, don't use Pride Month as your marketing stunt. I went on LinkedIn a couple of days ago.
Yeah.
And I screenshotted a list of employers who changed their logos to the rainbow colors. And I was like, are they just doing this to stunt? Or are they really care about the community?
It's a stunt. Listen, you know my grievances with LinkedIn. LinkedIn ain't nothing but a popularity contest.
It is. It's just nothing but a popularity contest on social media.
Like, I'm not with LinkedIn at all. LinkedIn annoys the hell out of me.
It does. When I saw those list of employers changing their logo to the rainbow colors, and I admit, like, my studio changed to the rainbow color, but I'm a homosexual, so I have a stance on it. But like I said, it gears toward homosexual Caucasian males. It doesn't gear toward us people.
Right. They're not. And I'm pretty sure people in the comments will probably try to correct us or want to argue with us on this. And hey, I'm open for all discussions, especially as long as we can keep it respectful. I'm open for all discussions. If I'm wrong, correct me. Right. But I'm only going by what I have seen.
Right. This is our perspective and our experience, and
exactly
how we perceive America and corporate America, how they treat like the community.
And this is my thing. It's like Target. Now the situation with Target, I understand where Target was coming from.
Enlighten me.
So Target, for their Pride Month this year, they had merchandise for kids under. They had young kids, like they had shirts with pride flags on there and all of that stuff. And like YT was mad. They were like, "You're trying to indoctrinate our children. You're trying to groom our children." Ain't nobody grooming your children. The church is doing that now. Okay, how y'all gonna be more mad at? How y'all gonna be more mad at the people just minding their business and not messing with children than the people that are actively out here trafficking, messing with little kids, the church and all of that? How do y'all have that much energy for the gay community and we just over here minding our business, doing our own thing? But then there is a group over here that is actively grooming your children, actively touching your kids, actively messing with the children.
In the shadows.
And you know about it, but you could care less.
Because they depict the church as a holy, righteous figure versus the gay community as sinful. It's bad.
Don't get me started on the church. Like, honestly, like this, and this is the thing. I am a Christian. I'm Christian. Baptist, grew up Baptist, all of that stuff. I love church, but I don't like the hypocrisy. I don't like people getting up there on their moral high horse acting like I'm better than you because I do this, I do A, B, C, and D. Like, okay, but what you do for the other 6 days a week? I mean, you all of that on that seventh day. You all of that on Sunday. But what you doing Monday through Saturday? See, like, don't get me started.
As humans, we set high expectations for ourselves. Like, we have to reach the highest tier to feel like I'm pure. I'm righteous. I'm holy.
But it's all we're all going by a book that was written so long ago, and changed.
Right.
Everything in there was changed
all the time.
Books in the Bible were taken out. Things in there were changed. All of that. So I guess it's
just a fictional book, just like Clifford the Big Red Dog.
I mean, I'm with you when you're right. My whole thing is, I'm like, companies. If you are allies, and I'm pretty sure there are companies that are allies.
Oh, of course.
Right.
We're not deflecting or disregarding that there are no companies who don't support them, but there are companies who do, who show their allyship.
Amazon shows their allyship 365.
Right.
And I will give that to them. Because as big as the company they are, and I much don't agree with the owner, but they are a company that will show up.
And that's why I tell you, like, the next time I work for another employer, especially like a corporation or an agency or an organization, I will never disclose my personal life, even if my sexuality. I will never, because I don't know what their true intentions are. Like, you just said earlier, we were talking about affirmative action that just kick into effect. Like, I got to be aware of that. I can't hide my skin color or my culture, but I can hide I have to hide my sexuality because I don't know if they're going to fire me on the spot because they know I'm a homosexual, and that's not right.
Right.
So it's like, that's not fair either. That's ridiculous.
And it is crazy because it's like, I don't understand the orientation part and all of that stuff. That's nobody's business.
Right. It's not
asking me what my orientation is on an application. I'm like, what?
No,
it wasn't an application. It was at a job interview.
Really?
Yes. And he sat there and he asked me that, and I said, I said gay, but then I had to ask because it was so uncomfortable and it just didn't sit right with me. I was like, what does that have to do with anything? He was like, oh, no. It doesn't have anything to do with it. It's just a question we asked.
No, I'm sorry. That's a red flag.
And it should have been a red flag with me, but I didn't pay it any mind because, granted, I didn't get the job, though.
You probably know why.
Because the way he was trying to backtrack and coochie pop after I called him out on it.
Our culture, race, orientation, disability should not matter as long as we can do the job. If our resume can clarify we can do A, B, and C, what does our personal lives have to reflect on the job? Like, it has nothing.
And the way I grew up, your job don't care about your personal life. They just want you to come in here and work.
Right, but there are some jobs who care about their image.
That is true. Now, I have been at jobs that care about their image.
So then that goes back to like, why some of these corporations who present themselves and display themselves with the rainbow flags on their social media, but they don't practice what they preach?
Money.
Exactly.
Money.
Yeah, and let's call it as it is. It's like, if you are one of those corporations out there who are using the LGBTQ plus community Pride Month to your advantage for money, then you really do need to do some reflection, because that's sad.
But at the end of the day, they don't care. It's about $1.
Yeah, I mean, my voice is not going to project and resonate with you. It's not. Right. It's not. We know.
I'm one person. But I guess all I can say is get out there and vote this year. I mean, there's a lot of stuff that's happening on the low that is getting passed, and there's always a distraction, and you don't know it happens until after the fact. So all I can just say is get out there, do your research, vote for the candidate that you know has your best interests at heart. Personally, in my opinion, I don't think any of them have our interests at heart.
Politicians are toxic.
Right. But if there's one out there that is actually doing the work and is actually getting out there, then put your vote where it matters, you know?
Exactly. Like, there are a handful of people who do care about communities and people's cultures and lifestyles. Mm-hmm. There are some politicians and public figures who are corrupt. So definitely check out the people who really do care about you, and especially as us as people of color and as homosexuals. Like, we have a disadvantage in the world.
Exactly. Granted, I am glad I'm born a male, because I could not walk a day in a woman's shoes. Seeing what women go through, like, dog, what is it given? Like, what's it given? Like, but I will say, like, if I have a voice and I can put it out there, I say, listen, we all equal. We're all on this rock together. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. We need to act like it. Amen. And not act like everybody's just out for self.
Amen. Yes. Yes. Speak.
Yeah. So I guess I don't know what would you want to be changed with Pride Month as far on the corporate side?
I don't know. I need to know what their true intentions are. Like, it's like a flip of a switch. Like, once tomorrow hits, they're going to revert their logo back to the original, which I do too. Just, but I can attest to that because I am a homosexual. But for corporations, if they're using Pride Month or Black History Month as a ploy, as a stunt for marketing reasons, there's an ethical line with there. It's really unethical. Right. Like I said, practice what you preach. If you really do care about these people, these communities, show it. Go out there. Be proactive.
I will say what I want to see changed. I don't want to hear about it during Pride Month. I want to hear about it all year.
Oh yeah, of course, all year. Like, if you really do care, constantly make that your message.
Like, start posting stuff online. Like, hey, we did this and that. Hey, we donated money. Like, it's Easter, April or something. We donated this much to the Trevor Project. Mm-hmm. Like, we did things like that. I don't want to just hear about it during the month of June. I want to hear about it 365.
Right, don't do it because it's the month of
right. I don't want to hear it during February. I want to hear about it 365.
Exactly.
I want it 365.
Thank you so much for listening to our very first episode of the Boba Bros.
Yes, thank you for joining us.
We will be back with another couple of more episodes of dishing the boba tea,
right,
and providing boba tea.
Look out for those boba reviews as well.
Yes, so we are going to supply some boba tea, but we're also going to have some episode where we do reviews on boba in the community, in the neighborhood, in the city. So we will be visiting different boba cafes to test out their bobas and see what we like. So anyway, we're going to wrap this up. Thank you so much for listening. And until next time.
Till next time.
Later.
See ya.